Privyet, comrades, how are you? This is your American compatriot, the professor, still trying to break in this new hat. It is fighting me at every step. Now, what I'm coming to you about today, first of all, is to say thank you. I don't know what the heck happened on VK. I'm guessing it's my YouTube friend who's doing the translation videos because a lot of Russians showed up on VK. I was the last 2 days I was literally swamped with friend requests and messages trying to get through everything to say thank you and hello. Amazing. I'm amazed and touched. Now, I want to talk to you about Pussy Riot. I just finished watching a documentary on them, and boy, oh boy, do I have some thoughts on them. I'm also going to be doing on our internet radio station, darkskyradio.com. Again, that's darkskyradio.com. That is a shameless plug. I'm going to be featuring the music of Pussy Riot and kind of just working my, letting the Americans know who they are, what is the issue, and kind of explain it to them, because a lot of Americans they're not paying attention to this kind of stuff. So, this documentary, well, how do I want to start this? This is going to cover a couple different things. Oh man, the hat's bugging me, isn't it? Oh, you break this hat in, man. Woo. So bad. Sorry, Yulia. I know wearing a hat indoors is considered rude. I'm sorry. I hope all is well. The music of Pussy Riot from a punk-sounding band was really good. I enjoyed it. It caught my American ear. It felt very much avant-garde. It felt very much underground-ish. It felt very much like something that you would hear back in the day from the Sex Pistols or, Naked Reagan or something like that. A very hard, very industrial, unfinished, unpolished sound. It was appealing. I think there's some musical talent to them. Now, this documentary kind of showed this band's struggle because they were arrested in the Soviet Union. They were sentenced to 2 years in a penal colony, which sounds crazy to me. Not that they got 2 years, but penal colony, I'm guessing that's like what you call prison. But penal colony sounds so much worse than prison. Like, penal colony sounds like we're going to send you out to Siberia and you're going to have to farm land and grow your food. Like, penal colony, man. They don't play. And so this documentary kind of followed the story of these girls and what they did, right? Now, I get a lot of questions about this. Like, what would happen to them in America? Well, in America, they would be held up as heroes if they did this. If they busted into, a big church event and did what they did, or having sex in a museum, they'd probably be arrested for that. But then they would be, it'd be some kind of, community service, no prison. They wouldn't get prison time for it. Community service. Maybe they would be considered sex predators, maybe. Which would kind of cause them some issues, but probably not. Probably not. What I knew about Pussy Riot was Rolling Stone talked about them, how they were jailed for their music. They kind of really portrayed it like they're just writing songs that are anti-Putin, anti-Russian, and the Russians threw them in jail, and they're in prison. And that's terrible. There's no freedom in Russia. That's kind of what was relayed to us in America. Watching this documentary, that's not quite what they're doing, right? I assumed they were putting on shows and they were singing songs about, let's get freedom, let's get Putin out of here, let's do all these things. And they got arrested for that. Not the case. What they were doing, they were inflicting themselves on people, right? They were doing weird things like going up and trying to make out with female cops. That's assault, right? That's assault. If that happened in America, cops might shoot you. That's one area I think where America may be harder than Russia. The cops might shoot you for that, right? And say you attacked them. So that's number one. Number two, their shows. They weren't shows at all. To say that these were shows because they called them, show one, show two, show three, kind of building up these things. These weren't shows. These weren't like we rented out space and we're going to play a set and we're inviting you, bring all your friends to come see us play Friday night down at, Joe Stalin's Pub and Grill and we're going to do a show and hope you like the music. No, what they did was like personal terrorism. These people were like leftist terrorists of personal space going into the church. Now, I was really surprised at Putin's response about them going into the church, the Orthodox Church, and doing this, because I always viewed Russia as godless. I always viewed it as like, with the Bolshevik Revolution, that there's no place for any kind of Christianity whatsoever. And I was quickly surprised that Putin said, we need to be sensitive about this because of our history, right? We did bad things to the church, and the church needs to feel comfortable here. And I was like, whoa, what? Completely caught off guard again by Putin and the position of the church. We saw the tale of the three girls, and the middle girl, who has the child. One of the things that struck me about this whole ordeal with Pussy Riot is all she kept saying is, what if something happens to my kid? I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. Well, hey, maybe you should think about that before you start doing stupid stuff. Like, come on. I mean, just like, Nadia, the lead singer, has mental issues, dude. She looks like the devil himself, does she not? She looks like she has just been like, some unclean spirit has entered her, and that, our eyes, when our eyes get real big, it's like, but did the demon itself get inside of her? I'm waiting for her to pop up on like a Netflix Daredevil where she's going to be leading the hand, where she'd be fighting Iron Fist, dude. She would make a great villain, would she not? She would make a great villain. And then we met the long-haired blonde one that was kind of weird with the child. Where they're saying, do you understand the charges? I don't understand the charges. And they're like, just playing games the whole time. And people like that, they need to be beaten up, right? When I saw the video in Sochi where they started pulling their stuff and that dude takes his belt off and starts whipping everybody, I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. Dude. Oh man. And then we met the third one, who I think got away. She's a guitar player. She got off easy because she didn't really do anything. She didn't get a chance to. And boy, she's touched in the head. Am I not? Just looking at her, she's all like, it was crazy. It was crazy. So one of the big takeaway from this, I think the big takeaway from Pussy Riot was this that I had, is America likes to hold itself up as the moral police, right? We're moral. We're better than you. We're better than the world. We are the leaders of the world. We have the right way of doing things. I was quickly shocked to realize after watching Pussy Riot how moral Russia was about how to deal with this. Like, it wasn't just if this is America's morality on how to deal with this, it wasn't just like Russia was like, oh, we're almost here. Oh. No, it was like this. Russia's morality on the situation was head and shoulders above America, and it made me sad. It made me sad as American because we have fallen so much. That I think after watching this, I realized America is like Rome. We are imploding from within. We are imploding because of filth, of moral decay, of anything goes. There are no rules, and we give a little bit of freedom to every single weird little group out there that really is more of a deviant behavior. It has nothing to do with your rights. It's not because like, oh, I'm black and I need protection, or I'm Jewish, I need protection. It's like, hey, I'm transgender, dude. You got issues, man. You're touched in the head. Hey, I don't know. So I was completely taken back that I realized that Russia was morally superior and how they were approaching this situation than America is. And I felt ashamed. I felt ashamed because Pussy Riot, Madonna held a big concert for him and wrote Pussy Riot on her back. Oh, and everybody's like, free Pussy Riot, get on it. You don't even know what it is. It was sad. It was sad. So we're going to do on the website, and it'll probably take me, maybe a week or two, is on darkskyradio.com, we're going to have a freak show. And the freak show is basically where I feature the music of one artist. And I tell you facts about them. I'll talk about my thoughts about them. And I'm going to feature the music of Pussy Riot, and we'll talk about just their impact, what my thoughts on them, how Russia reacted, what is it, because a lot of Americans have no idea. They just heard Pussy Riot and we're like, yeah, which of course makes us all look bad. Thank you so much for checking out our channel. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit me up on the social media. I'll have all my social media down there. You can send me friend requests and whatnot, and I try to respond to everything as best I can. Peace and much love, Russia.